Love it.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Content.
Oh, gosh.
Here we go. A new day, a new week. When's the last time you were on the podcast?
I don't know. It's been a while.
How long is a while?
Probably a few months.
Few months. Jeez, Louise.
Couple months.
What are you, not
months?
working, Marissa? My gosh.
I'm not on the podcast. I haven't been working on the podcast.
Anyway, we're back. It's two Baltimorons without Christian, who's not here half the time, which is fine. We miss him. He's going to a concert or something today.
Didn't invite anybody, but it's fine.
I know. I don't know how that happened. And
Always
then
talking about how we should go with him, and we don't even know where he's going. But
I don't even know if he knew that he was going to this concert until recently. But what do I know? Anyway, so Trolley Tour is coming up.
Woo!
Do you know the date?
October 3rd.
October 3rd?
We're going to wear pink.
Why?
Because it's October 3rd.
Oh, okay.
Because of Mean Girls. It's a
Is that a
holiday.
thing?
Yes.
Oh, I was not aware. It's going to be at the Baltimore Convention Center. Free to register, free to sign up. If you guys don't know, go to livebaltimore.com, register. It's free, and you get a chance to win $5,000 at their lottery raffle if you submit and buy a house.
Yeah.
So for the win.
I feel like this is going to be a good one.
Why?
Because it's at the convention center.
You think that's just going to get a lot of people? Mm-hmm. Interesting.
I think so. You can fit a lot of people in there. You know how I know?
No.
Because I auditioned for The Voice at the convention center.
Oh, is that a thing? How long ago was that?
That was, okay. That was 2016, 2017. I know.
So you didn't get it, is what you're saying?
No, I didn't get it.
Just making sure we're all on the same page.
Wow.
You're welcome.
You're going to laugh at me.
Shortly thereafter, at the end of October, we have our No Scare Credit Repair, which is our next Homebuyer Essentials course.
Yeah.
Are you presenting at that one?
We haven't decided yet. It's probably going to be me, though.
I think you do a great job. So we're going to talk a little bit about home buying, the home ownership process, and then a little bit about credit repair, how to get yourself prepared for home ownership. And what's crazy is when I hear credit repair, I think like bad credit, like someone that needs credit repair. But truthfully, I sat down with buyers yesterday or Saturday, and they were of the mindset that they needed to work on their credit. And I said, well, what's your credit score? Like, help me understand. What would you be working on? And I think people just have a lot of questions around credit. Mm-hmm. So maybe it's not so much credit repair as much as it is like questions around credit worthiness.
Right.
I find a lot of young people don't know. So this might be a good opportunity for them.
Am I one of those people?
I would think you are, probably,
I am
yes.
probably one of those people.
So to recap, we have the Live Baltimore Trolley Tour on
October 3rd.
at the convention center.
There
you go.
I thought you were talking about time.
Well, yeah, what time?
8 a.m.?
8 a.m. There you go. And then No Scare Credit Repair is our next home buyer essentials course on Saturday the 24th. So about 2 months from now, at any rate. Anyway, so moving right along, talking a little bit about some of the federal job cuts, kind of the thinning out of the federal bandwidth, maybe the reduction in force and how that may be impacting our home ownership market. Have you thought about this at all lately?
No, this is definitely Christian should be here.
I mean, you say that, but I don't think that he's any better.
I haven't. No, you don't think so?
Not at ripping it like that.
I think Christian's a little bit more proactive when it comes to like the news.
No shot. Me,
I'm self-employed.
Yeah.
Where's the button? I have a full-time job.
There you go. Get your
full-time job.
There you go.
Exactly. You can't fire me. I'm self-employed.
Yeah, I think the concept here was more about what's going on at a federal level, talking a little bit about some of the job cuts, some of the reduction in force, and maybe even I'm going to call it transition from permanent jobs to more of the contractor roles that are going across all of our government agencies, and what was going on with the real estate market and was that going to impact. And truthfully, I feel that it is possible to tangibilize the impact, but in fairness, the market doesn't show that.
Really?
I mean, if you look at last month's market reports, it shows almost in every single sector we are up in sales, up in volume, up in median home price, up in down in days on market. And so,
which is still up.
right.
We're still up, guys.
But, we're talking about cuts that started 3 and 5 and 6 months ago, and maybe even longer than that. At this point, we would have been able to tangibilize that impact. But I think that this just goes to proliferate Maryland as what I consider a blue collar state. We're not driven by big industry. We're not driven by sports and, IPO like California. We're not driven by seasonal change like some of the southern states. We're driven by people that live here and work here. Mm-hmm. And though there may be cuts in one sector of the government, there's hiring in another. There's cuts in one, maybe industry, but those folks have transferable job skills. Yeah. And maybe it's changing their personal direction, but it's not changing the market as a whole.
Yeah, I would say I've seen a couple people that got job cuts, but I think it's just a matter of transitioning. And then if they're going from salary to 1099 becoming contractors, there might be like a little bit of a delay in them buying a house because of that, but people are still trying to buy houses. Yeah.
I mean, walk me through, you just recently had a listing in PG County, right?
College Park.
That's PG County. Did that change your pricing strategy with everything going on?
No, I don't think so. No, not at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he had it. So it was an expired listing or withdrawn, and he had it on the market for like 100 days. Not exaggerating. And it was a little overpriced. By a little, I mean a lot. Love him, but it was a lot overpriced. Once we got over that hump of the pricing issue, it was solid. It got multiple offers third day on market. So
how did you talk him out of that aspirational price? Like my seller sold their home down the street and it was worth $540,000 and he wants to get 520 or whatever the number was. Mm-hmm. How did you talk him out of that aspirational price? Bring him back down to like the real world?
Well, I feel like the trial and error, that's one thing. So he tried it and it didn't work out for him. Mm-hmm. And then I showed him, some of our listings of how, if you price it just right, you can get multiple offers and you can get the number that you want by driving up competition rather than pricing it at the number that you want and scaring people away.
Right. Right.
The more eyes on the property, the better. The people love a sale.
Do you remember who the buyer was on that property?
I met them, but I don't know their
names. I remember them intimately.
How do you remember them intimately?
The reason I bring it up is because this whole podcast is talking about how, the change of the market or the change of government position has impacted our real estate market. And that was a transitioning buyer using a VA home loan. Right. So they were moving to the area using a VA loan in a quote unquote market that's going through budget cuts.
Yeah.
Right. And so I think these maybe.
That's crazy that you remember that.
Girl, I remember a lot.
That's insane.
but these, what do you call them? Like news headlines, these like, scary headlines that come up about the real estate market. They drive how people think and feel, but the real facts of the case actually will overcome and show you the truth. Right. And when the truth is going into the negative, believe me, I'll tell you. But right now, I just don't see this particular headline that these government cuts are going to impact the Maryland market in the same way. Now, I don't know, but I can imagine in Virginia where they're dealing with a lot more on the contracting side, a much higher price point. It's probably impacting families in a much different way.
Yeah.
But in our market, simply being on the north side of Washington, D.C., you're probably looking at $150,000 to $200,000 cheaper for the same material product that you could get in Virginia. So I think it's probably changing a lot.
Maryland is just a lot more flexible and versatile.
Yeah. If a client asks you point blank, like, should I just wait until everything subsides? What would you say?
No.
Wow, that was quick.
Shut
what would you tell them? Okay, don't say that. Don't say that.
No, you didn't have to bleep me. I didn't say shut.
Yeah, right.
But no, because there's always something that you need to wait on.
Okay.
There's always something going on with the government. You're having your own personal issues, family issues, work issues. Like there's always something. If you can buy a house now, just buy the house now.
Yeah, I mean, I tell people the biggest mistake of my whole life was not buying the biggest piece of that I could afford at 18. That's I'll say that till I'm dead, because I genuinely believe it, and I've watched people in our database that didn't buy a house in 2019 because the rates were high. Right? And then in 2020, because of COVID, and like, okay, fine, whatever. Well, the rates were low, but now COVID. And then in 2021, it's even crazier, and you've got to pay way over market. And then 2022, they weren't sure where they were going to go. And then 2023, the market rates come back up. And then all of a sudden, they're still like complaining, finding something to be negative about.
There's always there's always an excuse. There's always an excuse that you can make up in your head. There's always a doubt that you can form in your mind, or that other people can put in your mind, which is a big one. Like if you're going to go do something so big, don't even tell anybody.
Yeah.
Don't even tell anybody that's not a decision maker, because people are haters. People are just straight up haters sometimes. So if you're in a position where you're comfortable and you can make that move, just do it, because I'm a full believer that I will be provided for no matter what. You know what I mean? Like I'll make things shake. Like if something happens, everything will work out. I'm still alive.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's interesting when a seller would say, oh, I'm going to wait until, and it's like, well, we've got midterms coming up, and I'm not really sure how that impacts the seller's life, right? I know how it impacts the market, but I don't know how it impacts the seller's life. And so like, where are you going to next? What's that next step? We've got, oh, well, this leadership or this direction of our government is going to be different when we get a new president. Well, yeah, that's true. But like, where will your life guide then? How is it different than today? Instead of saying like, oh, should I wait until this outside influence? I think you should focus on what you're doing now. Right. And as much as we're sitting here saying, oh my gosh, well, the market could be terrible. Well, the market could be great.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you wait to buy your next future in a great market, well, then you're just going to pay more in the future. So it's just, the logic is just flawed, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't know. In what area, what county, what market do you think there's the most opportunity for a home buyer right now?
I feel like this is a trick question.
I don't know.
I would say Baltimore.
Why? The city or county?
City.
Okay. Why?
There's way more opportunity for you to save money up front.
Interesting.
Through grant programs. There's a lot more investment value in Baltimore City than there is in the county, in my opinion. A lot more people move here for school, for work. I forgot who I was talking to, but a lot of people move back home for their families, and you know what I mean? Baltimore is just like, it's just the place to be, in my opinion. Okay. So what about you? What do you think?
I don't disagree with you. I think that if it were me and it were my opportunity, I would probably buy in one of the surrounding counties. Maybe Baltimore County, maybe Anne Arundel County or Carroll County. But
if it was your first, because you're on your 100th millionth
but
house.
If it's my first, I still feel that way, but it would depend on my capacity. Like you mentioned, grant programs and down payment assistance options are more bountiful in the city, but it would really just depend on my goals. I still think financially, I think it's a more lucrative investment in the counties and the surrounding areas.
Really? Because of,
just the economy of scale, right? If you buy a $300,000 house in the county versus a $200,000 house in the city, maybe your payments, very, very similar based on taxes. If both of them appreciate at a 10% rate, well, I just appreciated $30,000 on a $300,000 house and $20,000 on a $200,000 house. So, and there's more to it than that, but I also value being a little bit more out and inland and in the freedom. I love it here in the city, but it's a different vibe. You've got to want that walkable.
Wait, I really agree with you on that.
Oh, well. But I mean there are communities in Northeast Baltimore and in West Baltimore where you can get some green space for sure. I don't know. It's just,
From an investment standpoint, I would say Baltimore City. But for my own mental well-being, I've always wanted to live with a lot of land.
yeah.
I want to own a dog
I feel like a
farm.
lot of people want that. And that's where it goes back to what community has the most upside opportunity. I don't know how much that matters. Like,
Yeah.
there have been studies, and I'm not here to say this, there have been studies done that say that California, Maryland is one of the fastest or most future potential upside cities in the entire country.
Really?
Yeah, it's way down in southern Maryland.
Oh, I was gonna
Way
say,
down there.
where's California?
Yeah, right? Way down there. So I have a client that bought a property there because their perception is that that's an upside potential community. All right, fine. But it's not in alignment with my goals, right? Like me as a human being, I live here, not in California. So when some people ask, like, what is that next opportunity zone? It's like, well, what makes sense for you, right? Because let's just say Baltimore City was giving away $100,000 to move to the city, but you wanted to be close to your job, which was in, Frederick. Like, how is it going to matter?
Yeah.
Right, like-
it's definitely situational, too.
So,
Right now, I work here.
right.
So
I mean,
I would say here.
and I also struggle to see those like upside potential cities like California, Maryland. Let's just use that as an example. And I'll use a simple, funny one from last week. I was with a friend of mine. She has a listing on the markets for like $23 million. And I made a joke. I made a joke to her that I said, when I'm 83 years old, which is what this guy is, I want to have bought a house for $420,000 that's now worth $23 million. And she goes, yeah.
Is that...
It's a true story. And she goes, yeah, I'm pretty sure he paid like $470 for it. And I'm like, Ugh.
What?
Yeah. But like, come on, could
That
you
makes me sick.
could you see that? Like, who in the world is going to be able to see that? And what like research is going to show you that one specific property that you're going to be able? Come on,
Yeah.
it's like luck of the draw, guys.
Like, what, did a famous person live there?
I don't know. I think he bought a split commercial residential property, and it's in a community that like expanded in California, and like that makes a lot of sense to me.
Oh, in California.
But it's not going to happen in California, Maryland.
Yeah.
Maybe. Goodness can only appreciate that. I would love that. If that happened in California, Maryland, the rest of us would be millionaires. But
Yeah, exactly.
it's just like, it's not about what next community is going to flourish. It's more about what makes sense for you as a buyer. Boom.
I did hear a quote when we were at Summit. I forgot who said it, but they said that by don't quote me. I think they said 2050.
Okay.
The average price point across the United States would be a million.
That doesn't even surprise me.
Really?
I mean, you're talking 25 years from now.
Yeah.
What's the average price point across the country today?
I don't know where.
It's got to be 3 something. What is the average price of home in the U.S.?
I like how you just sung that.
Yeah.
What is it?
Average median sales price for a home in the U.S. was $502,700.
Wow. Perspective, right?
And I'm sure that's skewed. Median home sale was $410,000. But anyway, so in 25 years to think that could double, yeah, I think that's totally reasonable. But I mean, so will the cost of everything, right?
Yeah.
But for me, it's not so much like what's the smartest thing or the best investment. I just think about that one client that didn't buy a house in 2019. And I bet you if we hunt him down and he still hasn't bought a house today, he wouldn't buy a house in 2026. And it's like, what would your life have looked like differently if you bought a house 7 years ago? I mean, I could tell you.
Oh, me?
Well, anybody.
Wow.
I mean, literally, you want to do the math?
I don't even know if I could have.
You want to do the
house.
math?
Could I have bought a house 7 years ago? I would have been, 19?
You want to do the math?
Yeah.
This is a fantastic.
Sure.
This is the reason that I say I would have bought the biggest piece of when I was 18.
Yeah.
All right, so here's the math. So if you bought a house when you were 19, 7 years ago, how much would that house have been?
If I would have bought a house when I was 19,
Sure.
it would probably have been like 150,000.
150,000. And now it's 7 years ago. Pre-COVID, that's probably a pretty reasonable house.
Mm-hmm.
What's that house worth today? Pre-COVID, $150,000 house.
Like 3,
You think so?
maybe.
I think it's probably high.
Higher than 3?
Let's say it's 250.
Okay.
Like, can we just agree?
Yeah.
250. I think that would be probably fairly comparable. Maybe it would be a little bit lower. Maybe it'd be higher. You're right. But like 250. So 7 years later, you've built up $100,000 worth of equity. Can we agree that would have been the best investment you've ever made?
Yeah.
All right. But let's not stop there, right? This is an
Okay.
infomercial. We're going to go
wow.
deeper.
But
Over
there's more.
7 years, you would have paid off almost, let's say, 17% of your mortgage loan. So 17% on a $150,000 house. Let's do this math. 150 times 0.17. You would have paid off an additional $25,000 in equity. So instead of owing $150,000, now you only owe $125,000 on your $250,000 house. And instead of sitting here today in credit questionable with no property, living here in Baltimore as a right, like, whoa, this is crazy, wild.
Wow,
But
I
instead
own a
of sitting here
Lamborghini.
in those spots, you'd be sitting here with $125,000 worth of equity.
Yeah.
And so I look at people and I go, like,
Do
why
as I
would
say,
you
not as I do.
Right. Do as I say, not as I do. I mean, you're also only 26, so like, let's not cut you down. 27. But
7.
but the real argument here is not so much like, should I wait until the market, settles down? Should I wait until after the midterm elections, or should I wait until government jobs are more bountiful?
Plentiful?
Plentiful, bountiful, all the same.
Yeah.
We're going to use bounty. Pick it
Bounty.
up. Anyway, the real answer is, what is your next goal and where are you moving to? Because if you're going to take that money and you're going to invest in a new property, it's probably going to continue to appreciate. It's probably going to continue to grow in the way that you desire it to. Maybe not at the rate that it has over the last 7 years, but it's going to create an opportunity for you. Whereas staying put, if you're going to stay in that home, yeah, it's going to continue to grow, but it's not going to accomplish your goal, which is to move, upsize, downsize, whatever that might be. And I go back to that client 7 years ago. He hasn't bought a house still. When is he going to? Like, when is that right time, which is your point?
Right.
There's always something.
Yeah, and it's like you can sit on a house and stack your bread, but it's like you only live once.
Right.
YOLO. You know what I mean? You can't take the money with you, so why not put the money towards what you really want in life so you can actually be happy? Your happiness is imperative.
Controversial opinion. People that stay in their same home for more than 7 to 10 years are actually costing themselves more than they're earning.
Really? How?
So my perspective is, somebody buys a house. Let's just use that person that bought a house 7 years ago. They're sitting on equity. They've got a low interest rate. Maybe they refied back in COVID, and they're sitting on a 3.25% interest rate. That sounds great. And their monthly payment is cheap, and they're, living life large because they only have a $1,700 monthly payment, $1,300 monthly payment. And they're like, oh, why would I want to go and buy a bigger house? I'd have a $4,000 monthly payment. Well, I bet you're making more money today. I bet you have a partner in your life that you're, getting more revenue share from. You probably have some investments that are earning you from, right? So you have more revenue. You've got more money to pay a higher mortgage. If you live out this mortgage for the next 23 years, what is that $150,000 house going to be worth? Let's just hypothesize and say that it's worth $450,000. Right? Like, you bought it for $150,000. In 30 years, it's worth $450,000. That's not bad.
Right.
But what would happen if you took that $125,000 worth of equity today and bought, how much of a house are we going to buy? $500,000 house, 20% down. We've got some extra money in the bank. So we're going to buy a $500,000 house. Now, 23 years from today, what is that $500,000 house worth?
1.1
Sure.
million.
1.1 million. So how much of a mortgage do we have? Because we still have 7 years left on our mortgage, remember? Instead of being paid off on that $150,000 mortgage, we still have 7 years left on that $500,000 mortgage.
Yeah.
What is it, like $100,000? 150?
Yeah.
Sure, let's call it 150. Okay. So you're sitting there on a $450,000 house that's paid off because you had a 30-year mortgage that you paid off. 150 start, 30 years later, paid it off. Or you stressed yourself a little bit. You stretched your legs. You brought in a partner. You bought a bigger house, $500,000 house with 20% down. And 23 years later, you're sitting on $950,000 worth of equity. Because the market grew and now the property is worth 1.1. You still are carrying $150,000 worth of debt. So now it's $950,000 worth of equity. Buy one
like
property.
That meme right now of the lady that's like doing math and in the clouds.
Yeah, that's me.
No, but you're like, you know what you're talking
Oh,
about.
for sure. Here's how I feel. When you're 19 and you buy that first house, you're 27 and you buy that first house, you're 32 and you buy that first house. First of all, congratulations, you're way lower than the average home buyer in America. First of all.
Yeah.
Second of all, when you leverage that investment and you buy something bigger, now it's growing at an exponentially faster pace. And so as we're talking about making a monthly payment, yeah, it's stressful to make a higher monthly payment. It's stressful because you don't know what's going on in the market. It's stressful because you don't know where your job is going to take you or where your future is going to take you, where the market's going to take you. But the reality is that if you sit down and you're open-minded to somebody that can give you the right advice, you're going to be able to do what you want to do and grow your equity in the future. Boom. That's my mic drop.
I didn't know it was that one.
There you go.
Why aren't people more optimistic? You know, the way people like have the fear mongering, like, oh my God, what if I lose my job? Blah, blah, blah. Well, why don't people think like, oh my God, what if I win the lottery tomorrow?
I think that it's easy to live in despair and desperation.
Yeah. I live like the most delulu person on the planet. I'm like the most, in my head, I know I'm going to be rich one day. I just know. It's not even a question.
In my head, you are rich.
I am rich.
Right? Like, as long as you're grateful for everything that you have, you're grateful for everything that you get. Mm-hmm. It's the people that become wealthy that never become grateful, that never feel like they've made it.
Broke.
Girl, I had a conversation with an agent the other day, and I'll tell you about it if you want to hear.
Yeah.
He is incredibly, massively successful. He has a team of 40. And I asked him like what his income looks like. Why not on a podcast? Let's go. I'm not going to throw out his name, but if you know him, you know him.
I know who you're talking about.
So he was telling me that he makes about $1.2 million a year. Would you say that he's rich?
Money wise, yeah.
Is he older than you?
Is he older than me? I hope so.
He is not.
He's not.
He is younger than you. 25 years old, has a team of 40, making $1.2 million.
Wait, do I know this person?
No. And I said to him...
Why don't I know this person?
I said to him, what's the goal? Like, again, remember, the way that my brain works is like after 7 years, you need to be like revamping it. You need to be building to something bigger. So like, you're 25, bro. What's the goal? Like, where are you going?
Yeah.
What do you think he told me?
He's trying to get married and have kids.
He's married and he has a kid on the way. What's the goal? Yeah,
what
right.
What else are you gonna
This
do?
is literally how people think. Is they go like, I don't know, well, like what could be better, right?
Yeah.
He literally said, just calm and confident. He said, I want to build a business to a 7 or 8 figure exit, and I want to be making $5 million a month. Now, we can think that that's ridiculous.
No, I don't think.
But that's a plan.
Yeah.
His goal, his aspiration. And I hesitate to think that when he makes that $5 million a month at 30, 35.
And I thought my goal was
What is his next goal? Like, that's the thing. If you're not leveling up, and these people are operating out of fear. Should I not sell my house because of what's going on in the market? Should I not buy because of the interest rate? Should I not? Should I not? Should I not? Mm-hmm. And you guys can ask my wife. I told her 2 years ago before we bought our house, I said, nothing's going to get better anytime soon. We need to buy a house now because rates are not going to go back down. Mm-hmm. And she was like, all right, fine, whatever, you know? But like, it's
She's
not
such
as
a ride or
though...
die.
Until I keep going. And then I'm like, hey, I want to buy another property. Hey, I want to do this. Hey, I think I might want to do that. And she's like, I don't want to do any of that. But like, you know, the whole thing is you have to be ready to pull the trigger and you have to be confident. And I feel that the only way to do that is to surround yourself with people that are thinking the way that you think. And when you ask that question, like, should I wait to sell my home? And someone gives you the polar opposite response of everyone else in your network, which was, you can always sell and there's always going to be a reason not to, right? That was your argument.
Right.
You have to be willing to receive that information. Otherwise, you're this client that I can think about that we've been working with since 2019 that hasn't bought.
That reminds me of yesterday. I was at an open house, and I had like people coming, like staggering in one at a time.
Yep.
And this lady, she just like walks in, no hi, no nothing. She's like tunnel vision. She's like going through the property, not trying to talk to me, not trying to have a conversation. And another couple comes in at the same time. And the first thing the man says is, "Where do I sign in?" You never, ever. I know. I was like, oh, okay. Meanwhile, I'm trying to like chase this lady down to get her to sign in. And there's a couple that walks in that's like ready and willing, and they want to sign in and they want to have a conversation with me. And you know what I did? I let that lady walk out. Yeah. I didn't get her info. I was like, you know what? If I'm not going to have a conversation with you in person, I'm not calling you Monday morning, blowing up your phone like, please talk to me. You didn't want to talk to me in person.
Right.
And then I walked through the property with these people. Like, we were doing our own private tour. And at the end, they were like, no matter what we're doing, if we're buying a house, we're going to use you. And I was like, really? We just met.
Yeah. But it's like they're ready, willing, and able not to do the job, but to hear the input from someone they perceive as a professional.
It's a mindset thing.
Yeah.
You know?
It's crazy. I messaged that person, that agent, and I just said, hey, man, it was great talking with you. He messaged back. I messaged him again and said, hey, look, I'd love to continue this conversation because I'd love to see where you're headed and what I can do to help you get there. And I'm literally like, as I'm texting it, I'm like, what am I going to do to help this dude? Right. But like, if there's any door that's open, it would be so cool to be a fly on the wall of a room where people are thinking at that level. So for me, those people that want to be the fly on the wall in your business, they're the ones that are going to help you move the needle forward. The woman that ran out, she's going to be gone. She's going to be the rat in the basement, and you don't want that person anyway. Right?
Exactly.
So I value that a lot. At any rate,
rat
in the basement. So what we learned today, federal job cuts are definitely real, but obviously they're not making any dramatic impact on the housing market as we see it thus far. Who knows what's going to happen next year? There's a lot of things that are going to be changing, but there's a lot of changing market in different communities, both county-based as well as local-based. And so if you do have questions, of course, reach out. Marissa, myself, Christian, everybody here, we'd love to help you out. Marissa, where can people reach out to you directly?
On Instagram at Marissa the Realtor __.
Love that. And you can reach out to me on Instagram at Michael Frank Realtor. Change that. So Michael Frank Realtor. Definitely look forward to seeing you guys here soon. And if you didn't hear, we've got a lot of information coming out later this year, and we look forward to catching up with you guys. What's up, guys? Thanks for watching. For more information on the housing market, Real Estate 101, how you can leverage your position in today's market, and so much more, click on the link below. If you like this video or have a burning real estate question you'd like us to answer, leave us a comment and let us know. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss an episode, and we'll see you again real soon.